Greetings, metal community. It's Roger back with another collection update. Picked up some stuff from Swart Records, some reissued, really cool, and finally reissues of yes, Brutality, Screams of Anguish. It's been 20 years, no, 20 years, 30 years. God damn, my math is okay. 30 years since the original CD or vinyl. I don't remember if there was vinyl, but probably. I did pick it up on CD. This is my original CD. I think there was a reissue of this back in 2014, very limited. So, but apart from that, there's not been a vinyl reissue before, and it's about fucking time, because this is killer US death metal. Most people know this band for sure. I mean, maybe some of the young lads out there don't know it as well, but it's pretty legendary, I would say. At least for me. I mean, I've been a fan since the early 90s. Cool center labels, and of course black vinyl. I think there was a colored version as well. I'm not sure. And basic lyric sheets, very true to the original stuff, you know, both cover and you know, the backside here, which I really like. Don't think there's been remastered, because they sound pretty much as they should, and you know, don't fix what don't need to be fixed. So that's good. Yeah. If you don't know Brutality, it's a killer US death metal band, and for me, yeah, this is top quality death metal. Also, they reissued the second album, When the Sky Turns Black. Came out originally in 1994. Same deal here with you know, basic lyric sheets and. Cool center label. Yeah, awesome stuff. I'm really happy to get this finally on vinyl. I don't know about the hype sticker, you know. Zoom in on that motherfucker. Criminally underrated? No, they have not ever been criminally underrated. They have maybe not been talked so much about as they deserved, but these albums are pretty well known for most death metal fans out there, so at least in my age. So, but now you have the chance to get them on vinyl, and that's fucking awesome. So yeah, picked. That was the reason why I went to Svart to pick up those two. Picked up a couple of other stuff that, yeah, I'm probably gonna get some shit in the comments for this one because I'm not gonna speak highly of this. This is Nergal, the Wizard of Nerath. Greek black metal band originally. This came out in 1995. Very cheesy black metal, I would say. Very simplistic. The synth work here is not very good. Especially when they play the... I mean, it's okay when they are only have these kind of intro, outro stuff. Then the synth is okay, but when they play kind of black metal and the synth comes in, it kind of pops in very hard, so kind of destroy the dynamics of the song. There are some really cool songs here. It's not awful. It's just, yeah, it's kind of like, it's slightly less it's so bad that it's good in a way. As for the cover, I know there's a lot of people who love this album, and you know, for Greek people back in '95, this was, I'm sure it was awesome. But you know, the title track, The Wizard of Nerath, that's a great track. There's a couple of other tracks here that are great, but overall this is a little bit too simplistic and a little bit too... It feels a little bit like unfinished or not ready to be recorded or whatever. Sorry for you fans out there, and if you love this, totally cool by me. But for me, this is... it's not something you need to hunt down. I just bought it because I read so much about it and I heard snippets of it, and I thought, you know, I love, you know, Hellenic black metal, so why not try it out? If this will stay in my collection very long, I don't know. I will give it a couple more spins, but as I said, there's a couple really cool stuff here, or cool tracks, so it's not like miserable, but it's not fantastic. Let's say it that way. Also picked up this EP, I think, about from a more known band, Solothus. This is the Summoned from the Void. Don't remember if this was an EP or an or maybe a full length. I don't remember. There's 6 songs here, and it's at least the first release by them back in 2013, I think. Released by Dementia Records. Great death doom. I mean, most of you guys know Solothus. I think their earlier stuff is a little bit better than the newer stuff, but that's just me. Great band, and I love this cover. Really cool. Great release to have in the collection. And the last thing I picked up from Svart Record is the Devil's Cradle, the story of Finnish black metal by Tero Ikehaimonen. Yeah, a lot of, you know, old well-known band like Impale Nazarene, Beherit and stuff like that. So there's pretty long chapters of each band. So I haven't read it yet, so I'm looking forward to go through this at some point this winter. And just love books about, you know, historical parts of the music industry. So yeah. Second bunch here is very variated. It's black metal, thrash metal, heavy metal, death metal. This was you know, one of our big chains in Norway had they have like a kind of sales section that runs all the time, and they put new stuff in there from time to time, and I visit that page like 4 or 5 times a year just to see if there is some cool stuff to pick up, stuff that I missed out on, because they cost like 17 euros with shipping, so it's pretty cheap vinyls, at least nowadays. So I never had this album in my collection before, you know, Cor Scorpii, Ruin, Norwegian black metal band. Terrible cover, but that's it doesn't fit the music. If you don't know Cor Scorpii, it's in the Sogna metal vein, as we say in Norway. It's Vindir, Mistur in that region. So if you like that type of music, this is a little bit more kind of I don't want to say symphonic, but a little more heavier on the synth, kind of thicker synth that sound than Vindir, but it's an accordion here as well, so it is pretty good. It's not fantastic, but if you kind of like that style a lot, so like Vindir, you can go and check it out. It's a good album, but I'm not like super into this style. It's kind of too, I don't know, melodic for me in a way. I don't know. I'm weird sometimes. Well, most of the time, but that's the normal for me. Also picked up this killer album, Tragediens, Trone. I don't remember, 19, is that right? I thought it was older, but doesn't matter. The title is Tragediens, Trone, tror jeg. tror jeg. Started to speak Norwegian as well. That's a good sign, you know. But yeah, try to pull out the booklet because it's a really cool, heavy booklet. Most of these lyrics are, I mean, Cor Scorpii is Norwegian lyrics, so that might be annoying for you guys. This album has just, I think, one song with Norwegian lyrics. So yeah, this is a pretty good more modern style, a little bit like, I would say, Gaia, not as intense as Gaia, but kind of in the same slightly progressive stuff here and there in the lead guitars, but yeah, pretty good. Some drips of, you know, Sweden's shining as well here, but yeah, great black metal from Norway. So if you haven't heard Tragediens, Trone, go and check them out. There will be links below. Picked up several reissues. Do have this on original CD, but yeah, for that price, you know, 17 euros. Picked it up on vinyl. The downside by this kind of shop or chain is that they don't announce what color it is, so this was kind of a... Luckily the splatter was not so many of them, but yeah. If it had been just the bluish color, I would be more happy with it. I don't like splatter, as you know. Not gonna rant about that too much. Famous last words. Yeah, this was back in the day my last Tankard album before I kind of stopped following them, but I've recently picked up more of their later stuff as well. But yeah, great album. Tried to poke my eyes as well, so yeah, cool stuff, and nice to have it on vinyl regardless. Another band that I have always struggled with, must say I'm not a fan. Do like one of their albums, don't like their first album, but picked up Killing Technology with Voivod. Do like Dimension Hatred, I think that's a pretty good album. Don't like Roar, or Roar as I call it. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. I put this kind of on par with Dimension Hatred, so yeah, all hope is not lost for me getting into Voivod, but I'm not gonna seek out much of these albums, but again, for the right price I might pick up the you know, test out the first four, because I feel that later on the stuff that I've heard have not been of interest. But yeah, do like this album. Struggle a little bit with the vocals here and there, but overall a pretty good album. Another killer band, you know, Napalm Death, enemy of the music business. This was on a red vinyl. Look like more orange in this light, but yeah, red vinyl are fucking boring, but they are not as annoying as splatter vinyl. But yeah, big fan of Napalm Death, so I'm gonna pick up at least on sale everything that I don't have on vinyl. So yeah, another great album by them. I don't remember if the Voivod had a terrible color. No, that was actually a beautiful color. Or black is not a color. But yeah, you know what I mean. So that was cool. And yeah, another reissue, death metal. This is not a classic. The band is classic, but yeah, this is Nocturnus Ethereal Tomb. I mean, what is called Threshold is better, and you know, the first album is a classic. This is pretty good. It's in the same vein, but it's not as good as those two albums. But still pretty happy to have it. I did have it on, or do have it on a CD version, but it's a crappy one, and this was a terrible color. It's kind of no, it's more green than this. I don't know if yeah, doesn't matter. It's butt ugly, so yeah. Don't need to say more about that color, but yeah, pretty cool edition. The only thing about this one, this is kind of a Flogger Records, is that it's kind of you have to turn up the volume pretty much when you're listening to the album. I don't know why that, but apart from that, the sound is good. It's just like very low, so you have to turn it up quite a bit to get the normal sound, I would say. So yeah, but cool to have it on vinyl. As I said, I just have a crappy CD version of it, so awesome. Lastly, I picked up a reissue of Running Wild's Branded and Exiled. I do have an original vinyl of this, and but that is kind of a little bit yeah, worn out, so doesn't play super nice, but cool to I just like old Running Wild. It's just cool. It's not their best album by any means, but cool album, and it's remastered, but it sounds pretty close to the original, so it's kind of not they have not fucked it up with a remaster, so that's cool. I did check it towards the original that I have, so that's awesome. So yeah, that was all the shit I have. A lot of reissues, so I don't need to talk about them, but yeah, fucking great to get Brutality reissues on vinyl. I'm sure there's a lot of you that will pick these two killer albums up. And if you haven't never heard Brutality, shame on you. If you like death metal from US in the 90s, go and check them out. I do have 2 contest entries, for one for Rick over at Dreadful Minute and James Stormwind 79. They are coming up this week. Just gonna put this out first and let you know that Brutality is there for you to grab if you have the money or the desire for it. And yes, thanks as always for watching and subscribing and commenting below, and links to everything will be below as well. So yes, the shortest.